You probably grew up believing that toys were made to be fun, to teach, to entertain. But what if I told you that some of them caused serious injuries, mutilations, and even deaths? Sounds like a horror movie plot, but it's pure reality. Today, you'll learn about the most dangerous toys ever created. Objects that, for some absurd reason, made it to store shelves, were bought by unsuspecting parents and placed in the hands of children. Get ready, because this story isn't for the faint of heart. Each toy on this list is a scary example of how the line between fun and danger can be deadly. In the 1950s, a kit emerged that would be unthinkable to sell today: the Atomic Energy Lab, a toy that came with real uranium. Yes, radioactive uranium in the hands of children. The idea was to teach nuclear science in a practical way, but what it actually delivered was a real risk of contamination. The kit included a cloud chamber to observe atomic particles, 4 types of radioactive ore, and a Geiger counter. If you think that already sounds absurd, the manual even encouraged the little scientists to get close to the material to see the reactions up close. It's no surprise that the toy was taken off the market shortly after. But the fact that it was released says a lot about the recklessness of the time. And it wasn't just radiation that became a game. In the 1960s, the Creepy Crawlers toy was a hit among boys who wanted to create their own rubber insects. But what many didn't know was that the toy came with a metal plate that reached up to 572 degrees Fahrenheit to melt the plastic. Without any real protection, children could, and did, severely burn their hands. Second-degree burns were common. And yet, the TV commercials showed boys smiling, putting the molds into the machine like they were baking cookies. The message was clear. Playing with fire was cool, literally. Another bizarre case was that of Aquadots, released in 2007. At first glance, it seemed harmless, small colorful beads that, when wet, stuck together, forming figures. But there was a problem. The coating of the beads contained a chemical that, when ingested, turned into GHB, a toxic substance. Small children who put the beads in their mouths went into comas. Yes, comas. The toy was quickly pulled from the market, but the damage was already done. Families who trusted the safety seal were betrayed by a catastrophic failure, and who would have thought that a simple bead could be deadly? The next toy is Sky Dancers, released in the 1990s. It was a cute toy, with fairies that spun and flew when you pulled a string. But no one expected these fairies to turn into sharp projectiles. Reports of punctured eyes, deep cuts to the face, and even fractures were not uncommon. The toy sold the idea of lightness and magic, but delivered force and impact. Several models were recalled after hundreds of complaints, but that didn't stop many children from being seriously injured. But perhaps the most surreal case is that of the Gilbert Glass Blowing Set, a kit sold in the United States that gave children everything they needed to blow glass at home. Metal tools, glass tubes, blow torches. Yes, blow torches. The idea was to teach science in a practical way. They just forgot that molten glass reaches extremely high temperatures and can cause terrible accidents. Imagine a 10-year-old child, alone, trying to manipulate glowing hot glass. The result? Burns, explosions, house fires. It was chaos wrapped in gift paper. And we can't forget the dreaded lawn darts, also known as yard darts. Simple toy. Throw the darts on the lawn and try to hit the target. The problem? The darts had heavy metal tips, similar to spears. There were dozens of cases of skull perforation, including deaths. A 7-year-old boy died after being hit in the head by one of these darts. Only after a lot of public pressure was the toy banned in the United States. And yet, illegal copies continue to appear to this day. These toys are not urban legends. They are real proof of how not everything that comes in colorful packaging is safe. They remind us that the entertainment industry doesn't always put safety first, and that common sense often comes after the damage is done. So the next time you see a new and innovative toy being promoted by fun commercials, remember, not everything that's made to play with was made to protect. So, which of these toys did you think was the most absurd? Had you heard of any of them? Leave it in the comments, click like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who still thinks everything was better in the past. Because, honestly, the past could be fun, but it was also dangerously irresponsible.